With free next-day delivery from Staples, you can run your business like a pro. You can guarantee the marketing department that they'll get their supplies tomorrow and guarantee the accounting department that they'll be delivered free. With free next-day delivery, you'll have the ability to move deadlines up and adjust budgets down. Go to staples.com and get the office essentials you need delivered next day for free. Staples. It's pro time. Orders over $49.99. Placed by 5 p.m. Excludes weekends and holidays. Eligible items only.
You're tuning in to the Goldilocks presentation of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with Anthony Rodriguez. Anthony Rodriguez, a.k.a. Walking Crow, found transformational energy healing through a personal search into healing and was transformed by this experience. He made the decision to pursue training and has since become a certified energy healing practitioner with an emphasis on working with clients in recovery from addiction. His willingness to be open and listen has allowed him to be of service to many who seek a peaceful, serene, and healthier body, mind, and spirit. Call in now if you would like to speak with Anthony. The call-in number is 713-955-0332. Enjoy this transformational and healing show.
Well, good afternoon, and welcome to another Tuesday edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and I am your host. With the most. I don't know what's with me today. I'm missing words, and I'm not feeling in center. I don't know what that is. I think it's my equilibrium is off. But it's only radio and it's only healing, and I'll get better as we go along. So I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome again, and wow, I'm excited to be moving into a new phase of today. Going from the noon time to the 1 o'clock time. Does that make any sense? I'm feeling playful today. Anyways, our call-in number is 713-955-0332. Feel free to call in anytime if you have a question, if you want to get a healing, if you want to talk about the subject at hand, which is today, we'll be talking about living with ghosts and coming out of the past and into the present, living in your light. And do you live in your light? Do you live in the past? Do you live with those things that you carry around, their bondages and baggages, and they're ghosts of the past that keep popping up, and you keep reliving in your mind and rewinding that old tape and living over and over and over again like Groundhog Day? Oh. Or do you live in the present and the future of where your feet are right here, right now, and you're dealing with today's issues right here, right now, and what is in front of you, not behind you? And this seems to be a big problem with a lot of Americans, a lot of people around the world, mostly Americans though, who we spend a lot of time living in the past, and we seem to dredge it up every time something comes up. Somebody will like bring up your past or my past or their past or something, as to try to make a deadly point about the pointless thing that's going on. Because if you're living in the past and you're dredging up past histories of things that don't matter anymore, what's the point? What is it that you're doing, and how is it that you're growing? Or are you growing? Are you not growing? Are you stagnant still? Are you a tree that's fallen down and lying dead by the river? Oh, a dead tree doesn't grow new roots. So how is it you're living, and how is it you want to live? And in what way do you want to be in peace, in the peace of your body? I have this quote that I wrote a long time ago. And it's, the peace in me is the peace in me. Peacepiece. Aho. And you can flip those around any way you want to. And it's taken me a long time to get to point P. It's taken me a long time to live in a peaceful life and to let go of the past. And that's a lot of what I talk about. When I'm trying to be an example for people of how I'm walking and what I'm doing and what I'm saying. The Me Too effect comes into play. And how do I be here now? How do I be present? How do I be in the presence of my present, or the present presence. It's a gift. And I'm one of those who likes to play with words, and I will ask you that all the time, and I will check in with you with regards to that. And I will ask you and ask you and ask you, what are you willing to do to move forward? What are you willing to do to be here now? What are you willing to do to give yourself change? Give yourself change in the things that you really, really want for yourself, the things that you really want out of life. And are you getting the things that you want out of life? Are you? So, but before I go any further, one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the room. I'm going to clear myself and all the energies and negative energies around this room, through the microphone, through the airwaves, and across the world. And I'm going to vibrate out. And I'm going to clear, and ask Creator Great Spirit to clear my energies and only download the things that are necessary and that I need, that you would need from this broadcast today, and clear all the negative energies from this space, and they will be cleared and moved out and pushed away, because we only vibrate goodness. We don't vibrate poison. We don't vibrate in poison. We don't vibrate out poison. We vibrate out goodness and healing and manifestation. So clear, that I would be able to speak clearly and I would be understood in a good way. So, saying that, let's move forward. I've got some events coming up, and this Saturday I'll be at the Venus de Fido in Palm Desert, where it's going to be 120 degrees. It was 120 last Saturday when I was there. And I'm going to be teaching a second chakra workshop, and we're going to be talking about the connection to self, the connection to others, the place of water, the place of darkness, the place of manifestation. It's where we heal, it's where we feel, it's where we connect to others, and how we connect to ourselves through our fourth chakra, from the second chakra through our third chakra, the fire, the fuego, I can, I will, I do. Or do we? Do we or don't we? Do we have low or no self-esteem and we're not able to connect from our second chakra to our heart chakra, our fourth chakra? Come out on Saturday and find out and learn how to do that. Learn how to be with your second chakra, your connection to others. Your place of manifestation. And then again, on the 10th of September, I will be in National City, and I will be doing this side of consciousness with Walking Crow. And this is a fantastic gym, just called Disco Lift. It's a body, mind, spirit gym. And I'll be there at 11 a.m. on Sunday, September 10th. And it's going to be an amazing event. Those people down there are fantastic. And this is an amazing facility right off of the I-5, just past downtown San Diego in National City. So come on out. It's $25, and if you're in the San Diego area, if you're in the North County area or Chula Vista area, wherever you are, come on out to National City and meet me and, learn a little bit about this side of consciousness and what consciousness is for you. So anyways, I was just having a conversation with my producer before the show, and I've been feeling under the weather. I've had swimmers here for a couple of months, and I think it turned into something else. So I'm a little discombobulated sometimes. At least that's how I feel. And a lot of work being done, and I'm about to be shot out of the cannon again. This happens to me periodically. And when I move into another phase of the fourth dimension, and the universe does with me what it needs to do, and Creator Great Spirit and all involved have me move into a different phase of my development in my life and my teaching of the medicines for you, which has been interesting because I've been stuck I feel like I've been stuck for a while, and you folks have been privy to that. You've been hearing my messages, and it's about being stuck and about moving forward and about not moving backwards, about moving forward and making changes and constantly manifesting and trying to manifest. And a lot of things happened this in the last month, and I was affected deeply. And but and I was having a conversation with somebody earlier today. Even though these things affect me deeply, you don't hear about most of it. You hear a little bit of it, and you know that I'm going through stuff, but you're not quite sure what. And it really doesn't matter what. All you need to know is that I am moving forward and manifesting and making changes in my life to give myself the things that I want and need, and to give you the things you want and you need, and what that looks like to you. And for me, it looks like moving forward as a healer. I put out a video yesterday called Probiotics, What the Gut. And it's about the feelings of the body. And when people come into a store that I work at, I work in a vitamin department 2 days a week, and they ask for probiotics and things to help their stomach, and I start to read them, and we start to have conversations, and I walk them through the issues and the tissues of their life and the history of their life and where these things land and why, and they're affected deeply, and they start to cry, and they realize that they came to that place to meet me and to get an understanding of what's going on with them that isn't really physical. It's manifested in physical, but it's coming from an emotional state, an emotional place, a broken state, a broken spiritual state. And they understand that they're going to have to do something to change their lives like I've done. And there I stand, and I welcome them into my arms, and they're blessed by the conversation that we get to have. So yesterday I put out a video with that, and I called myself something in that video. And I don't often say things that are blowing smoke up my own backside. And yesterday I referred to myself as a teacher, a master teacher, and a student. And I'm all three of these things. And I stepped into that role, and it was time. Oh, and the emotions of saying it. Excuse me. Whew. The power of Great Spirit is here and is being downloaded to me right here, right now, in the manifestation of my words and my teaching. And I said these things, and I'm a master, and I'm a teacher, and I'm a student. I'm a master, and I'm a teacher, and I'm a student, and I'm here to give you everything that I have. This is what I've been brought to this earth plane for. This is what I've brought to this point in my life and your life for. These are the reasons that I am here. I'm not here to become a rich man. Do I want money? Do I need money? Yes, but I don't want to be a rich man. I want to be a man who lives in comfort and live in my joy and live in my bliss with my Creator and the souls all around me that live around me. But and I'm here to carry a message. What is the message? The divine master, the great master Jesus, he carried a message, and he was slaughtered for his message. He had to die for his message. As a matter of fact, yesterday I put a couple of acorns in my pocket, and part of my teaching is, I give people acorns, and they don't know why, and I explain to them that an acorn, to become the mighty oak, has to die in and of itself. It has to dry up and has to die, just like the ascended master Christ consciousness had to die in the same way. Does it look the same? No, it doesn't always look the same. We're not always whipped and hung on a cross and all these things, but we have to go through a certain amount of sacrifice and suffering to be able to let go of the things of the past and manifest newness in our future, in the newness of the life that we want, newness in the life that we want to have. And do you want to have that? Do you really? Do you ask Creator for something and pay him double talk and lip service? Do you pay yourself double talk and lip service? How do you move forward? How will you move forward? How can you move forward? 713-955-0332 is the call-in number. Push 1 to get out of listen mode, and let our producer, the beautiful Reverend Tiffany White, Sage Woman, know that you would like to speak to me. She will be alerted to that alarm, and we'll have a conversation. This is the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show, and my name is Anthony Redder, Walking Crow. And I welcome you again. I welcome all the new listeners. I welcome all the old listeners. I welcome those who haven't been here for a while, and those that aren't here at all. They'll be here in the future, because there are always those. So, living with ghosts, and it's interesting, doing the kind of work that I do, I see the ghosts that live in your body, the ghosts that live in your soul, the ghosts that live in your head. And people walk in, especially men with those big beer guts and the sunken chest and a big extended fifth chakra neck. They've got an 18-inch neck or 19-inch neck, and it's like, whoa. I see that, and I have to take a good look at that. And I have to just remember, and I carry it around in my pocket. I have to look at my license, old license, to look at myself and remind myself that was me too. Me too, you too, me too. And I carried around ghosts for a lifetime. I carried them around, and When I needed, when it was time and it was necessary, I would whip them out and I would point them at you like a revolver, and I would fire them at you because it was your fault. You did it. You did this to me. And I had to learn how to come into the power and the love of Anthony and who I was, and take responsibility for my part in things that I did in the past, and the letting go of those things. And I started to shed those things, and as I started to shed those things and get healthier emotionally, spiritually, I started to lose weight as well. It wasn't my intention, wasn't to lose weight, but that is exactly what happened. My physical body started to reflect my spiritual state. My physical body started to reflect my emotional state. Am I a perfect being? Am I a perfect soul? Am I finished? No, I will never be finished. I have plenty of work to do. There is so much to do on this earth plane. And you see it all over. There's people who in Texas who are suffering right now, and I've been holding space for the last 2 or 3 days since that flooding started. That's all I can do from here is hold space and support those in from a distance that are going through a lot of heartache and process and losing. It's what seems like they're losing, and having to give up and let go and wash a lifetime of work wash away in some cases. And sometimes that's all we can do, and I never assume, to do more than I'm able to. I used to always want to, pledge this and do that. Well, you know what? I can't do all those things, and I'm a realist about it, but I can also pray for them. I can also hold space for them. And I can give my time where my time is necessary, where my time is needed. And sometimes my time is needed right here, right now. It's needed right here, right now for other people who are going through things or needing me to show up just in the same way. And guess what? Sometimes it's me that needs me to show up and be present and let go of those hurts and the wounds and the baggage and the bondage that I've been carrying for a lifetime. And be present solely right here, right now. I talk about this stuff a lot. I talk about it a lot. Living with ghosts. It's the ghosts that kill us. It's the ghosts that cause cancer in our bodies. It's the ghosts that will cause liver cancer. It's the ghosts that will cause heart disease. It's the ghost that will cause diabetes. It's the ghost that will cause OCD. It's the ghost that will cause women to have issues in their reproductive system. Cysts, tumors, ovary problems. Any of those things are manifested by the carrying around of the ghost in your life. The ghost in the story that you tell, the ghost in the story that you refuse to let go of. And when will you refuse to live in the haunted house at Disneyland, where the ghosts are always just around the corner, just around the bend, all the time, in the darkness, in the light? Living a ghost in your life, when will that end? When will you give yourself the freedom of a new life, the freedom of a new birth? By planting your feet on the floor, putting your feet simply, when you wake up in the morning, on the floor and feeling the earth beneath you, the floor, allowing your feet to sink down into Mother Earth and allow her energy to flow upward into your feet. To place your hands on your knees and sit quietly, instead of turning on the television to block out the noise of the monkey mind, instead of turning on the radio, instead of starting to yell at your kids, instead of doing anything, running for the keys, running for the car, running for the door, running for the shower, sit still, be here now. Be in your body, be in your soul. Do you want to learn how to do that? If you want to learn how to be here now and stop living with ghosts, reach out to me at Anthony at sacreddrummedicine.com. Or you can call into the show at 713-955-0332. Ghosts are in everything. In movies in Hollywood, like the big ghosts as these creepy, scary things that, and the devil, that they're huge and ugly and they're slobbering and they're scary and they're bigger than life, and ghosts aren't bigger than life. Ghosts are the small things that happen to us in our lifetime that we get stuck on. They're the pebbles in the boot. They're the rock in the shoe. You know, that we don't. You know, there's sometimes that we would just rather walk with that pebble in the shoe than stop, sit down on the curb, and shake that pebble out. Oh, you don't have to walk around with that pebble in your shoe, with that irritation, with that constant thought of what it is that somebody else did, that somebody wasn't willing to do. You know, I mentioned myself earlier about the, you know, letting go, and you know, I just got out of a marriage of 2 years, a relationship of 3+ years. You know, was it a great relationship? Maybe. Was it a bad relationship? Maybe. You know, it was just a relationship. It was an opportunity to learn, you know, from somebody else. It was an opportunity to learn from myself. It was an opportunity to be in tandem with another human being and say, yes, no, I don't know. Oh. And it sounds so simple, right? But it is that simple, and we make it complicated. And we complicate things because that's what we do. We create story. We create story behind the things that happen that don't matter, you know? She's not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. I don't know if she would say that about me or not, you know, but I know that she's not a bad person. And I know in my heart of hearts that I'm not. I'm a good man, and I'm a good soul. And sometimes we don't belong with other people, with people that we think we need to be with. Those things always show themselves, and they change. And I learned that I don't have to live with ghosts, and I can learn how to be in love and live in my heart and be in the way that I've always wanted to be. You know, I've always wanted to be a peaceful man. As a child, I just wanted to run and play. You know, I wanted to run and play, and I wanted to enjoy my life and do things that were fun. But I didn't know how to do that because, to be honest, they wouldn't let me. And I had an aunt who would, you know, tell me that. She would say, you know, I don't understand why your parents wouldn't let you be a little boy. They made you sit there when you wanted to run and play. And, you know, I'm sure there was a good reason for that. I don't know what the answer is to that. But I'm still a little boy now. I'm integrated with a man, and I love to play. You know, I love to have a good time and enjoy myself. You know, I'm not always so serious. I'm not always so serious. 713-955-0332. You know, give us a call. Let us know what you want to talk about. If you know, I would love to talk about the subject at hand, and there's only one subject at hand. And today, you know, that is living with ghosts, coming out of the past and into the present, living in your light. And what does your light look like? You know, do you have a glimmering light? Do you vibrate light outward? You know, I was sharing, and I don't know if I shared this last Tuesday, but a week ago Sunday, I taught I did an event called New Moon Manifestation. And in that event, at the end, we did journey. I drummed for 20-25 minutes, and we journeyed. And everybody has their experience. And my experience is a little different because I'm standing and I'm watching over everybody as I drum, and I'm having my journey in a different way. But when I finish drumming and I sit down for the next 5 minutes, when they are incorporating back into their body, they're coming, making their way back, and I sit quietly, I start to journey, I start to travel. And one of the things that I saw was I was flying as crow, and I was flying over the ocean. I was flying over the glimmering light, the golden sun, the glimmering light, which was a reflection in the water. And as I was flying over, I had the vision or the understanding that golden light, that glittering reflecting sun was me, SON, SUN, aho. It was me reflecting myself. I was seeing my own reflection in the water and the light that I am. How many of you are able to see the light that you are? How many of you would like to see the light you are? How many of you have no capacity to be able to believe that you are the light? You are the light. You are the light that the Christ consciousness was talking about, because he was the light that he was talking about. You know, and there's people who argue with about that and tell you about the Bible and all kinds of other things and all kinds of other scriptures, but so what? So what? The Christ consciousness, that light is a personal light to himself, a personal light to me. What my Christ consciousness experiences is none of your business. But a lot of people trying to make it their business. But what I know is I'm the glimmering light. I'm the glimmering sun. I'm the reflection of myself that I see as I fly over the ocean. And I see myself as that light because I have suffered greatly on my own hand. I allowed people to live in my head. I allowed people to live in my voice. I allowed people to live in my soul. I allowed people to dangle a carrot of spoken, unspoken expectations before me and allowed them to pull it away. And like a fool, I chased it and I jumped at it. And I really tried to become what they wanted me to be instead of being who and what I truly am. The light of the world. I am the light of the world. You are the light of the world. You have always been the light of the world, as I have been. You know, I was a glimmer in my father's eye when he saw my mother. I was a glimmer in my mother's eye when she saw my father. I glimmered even then. Think about that. Think about the smiles and the warm feelings that went on between those two souls, the two souls that brought you into this world. You know, before anything else started, before they started to look at each other and get angry, and before they started to drink, and before they started to become distant, think about the things that happened that reflected light, that reflected hope, that reflected glimmer, that reflected love. I want to remind you that you're listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and we are talking about living with ghosts. Do you live with ghosts? And do you know how to live in your light? What is your light? What does your light look like? Where does your light live? Does your light live in your third chakra, in your fire, your fuego, your I can, I will, I do, I am? Are you the fuego that you should be? Are you the fire that you should be? Do you know how to stoke that fire with your breath? Do you know how to make that fire grow and step into your power? The power of who and what you have always been. This is the gospel according to Crow. Who and what you have always been. And how do you want to grow into that? Can you grow into that? And are you embarrassed to? You know, I had a lot of trouble stepping into my medicine because of the world I live in. You know, and I learned something. The world that I live in doesn't give a crap about what I'm doing. The old world, that is. They might say something, they might judge, but they really don't care. So why should I care about the way I look to people who aren't even paying attention? Right? So I step into my medicine and I become who I am. I become who and what I am. And I stand on my own in and of myself. And I start to let go of the things around me that hold me back. I start to let go of that marriage. I start to let go of the Mayic energy, material possessions that no longer serve me. You know, I start to let go of the darkness that I carried around for eons, if not lifetimes. You know, I start to step into my infinite soul, and the sign of infinity, infinite and never ending. I step into my infinite soul of Walking Crow. And I thank my teacher, Emma Molina Enriquez, for giving me that name, for walking with me and teaching me that I too can be present in the presence of the light, the golden light, which is me, and that is her. So I'm not as fired up today as I usually am. And it's because I'm not feeling well. And it's okay. You know, sometimes this happens. You know, we can't always give everything to everybody as much as we'd like to. You know, we give what we can. You know, we give within reason, and we give within the bounds that we're able to, and the borders that we're able to. I want to thank my producer, Tiffany White, for allowing and holding space for us, all of us, all the healers and all the readers and all the psychics and mediums who grace the airwaves of Goldilocks production, you know, and I just want to say thank you. I'm truly grateful. And you know, and I feel the gratitude deeply. Yeah. I have another quote that I wrote. It's gratitude is a daily investment, you know, and I invest in my gratitude daily. You know, I don't like to let people not know how much I am thankful for them and for what they do for me. You know, it's not always easy to say thank you. There was a time when I didn't know, because I was living with ghosts. A time that I didn't know how to say thank you. And some of my old students, when I was teaching dance, aerobics, and other things years ago, lifetimes ago, one day said to me, "You never say thank you." I said, "I always say thank you." But she reminded me, she said, "No, you don't." And I had to sit with that, think about that, and realize that I didn't know how to say thank you because no one had ever given me anything. Or maybe I need to change that around. And it's not that no one had ever given me anything. It is that I was never taught to receive anything, and I didn't know how to receive anything. And I am so grateful for the receipt of this radio show, and the people who call in, and the people who don't call in, and the ability to show up the next week and do the same thing over again, and to have a guest or not have a guest. And speaking of which, it's been some time since I've had a guest, and I've been promising and threatening to have Ingrid Turner on as a guest, who was the person and the catalyst for me getting this show, her and Reverend Tiffany White, because I was originally on Ingrid Turner's show as a guest on her inaugural show, and I'm grateful and thankful, and at some point I will return the favor and say thank you for for doing that for me. And would you do my show as well? So yeah. And I apologize if I feel like I'm a little all over the place today, and I keep apologizing, and I apologize again. I just feel very sullen and very at peace right now. I feel very emotional. I've been emotional for quite a few weeks, and it comes up. But this is where I need to be. This is a place of love. And I'm feeling this in the place of love in my heart, because I no longer carry the ghost. My heart is no longer filled with ghosts. My heart is no longer filled with dark entities. My heart and my soul and my surroundings are no longer filled with people who do not support and care about what it is that I do. The people that I surround myself now all are supportive of what I do and who I am and where I'm going and what I'm going to become and what I'm becoming and what I am. There are no more ghosts in my past. There are no more ghosts in the closet. In fact, there are no more closets. There are no more closets. How do you want to live in your light? It's time for you to step into the light, the sunlight of the spirit, as they say in the 12-step programs. You know, and I walk in the sunlight of the spirit. I have transformed from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body, and I have changed my life to such that even my physical appearance is different. You know, I met with somebody this morning for coffee at a meeting. With an old girlfriend, actually, from 26 years ago. And she's just as lovely as she was then. She's a mom. She has 2 sons. And, she couldn't believe I was sitting in front of her. She found me on Facebook through other people, and, other circles, through musician circles and artist circles that I belong to. And what a gift it was to be able to sit there with her and just love her again in a different way and be in the presence of the beauty and light of this beautiful, curly-haired, ringletted young woman. And, and we shared stories, and we smiled, and we laughed, and we shared, and it was such a beautiful moment, beautiful time to spend this morning. And all because we don't live with the ghosts of our past. We could have brought up, what the reasons that we stopped seeing each other, blah, blah, but we didn't. We just shared all the good stuff. The rest doesn't matter. What matters is what matters is the things that bring us together. Not that, because if they were that important, they would have kept us together. I hope. So when are you willing to let go of the ghosts that you live in the past? Do you carry them in your third chakra? Do you carry them in low or no self-esteem? Do you carry them in your second chakra, in the place of connection to others? And are you not able to connect and hold on to relationships at all and to build a meaningful and foundational relationship? Are you not able to build a foundational relationship with yourself? Do you have a broken root? Is your foundation all broken up in cement and in pieces and ravaged by storms and running water and rivers and streams that pass by your foundation and break it apart? Do you live with loose roots that are rotting and being washed away? Do you live in a broken heart or with a broken heart where you have to fill your body with cigarette smoke or the smoke of from a prescription for marijuana? Do you fill your lungs up with those temporary things? I don't have the capacity to love. I don't have the capacity to be loved. Or do you hold energy and space in your fifth chakra, in your expression, and you keep from talking and keep from saying the things that are necessary to help you come out of the darkness and into the light? Do you hold on to these energies? Do you live with those energies that are so backed up that they back up into your third eye, your sixth chakra, where you're able to know and understand and see things, and you are not able to because you were clouded by the memories of the past that you hold in your fifth chakra that you will not let go of, and you won't. Or if you talk about them and you hold on to the story as if it's still happening. I'm here to tell you, as Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, that it's not happening anymore. It hasn't happened for a long time. It's time to let go of the past and move into the present, move into the future, move into the now. Move into the medicine of what it is that you want for yourself and those around you and your loved ones. Do you actually want something for them? Or are you trying to get something from them? Do you live in a blocked connection to the universe, to Creator, to Great Spirit, to your God, to your Allah, to your Yahweh? Do you live with that block where you are closed off to the heavens, where you are closed off to the angels, you are closed off to the ancestors for lifetimes and generations, and you're closed off? And you're living in sickness, you're living in anger, you're living in fibromyalgia, you're living in lupus, you're living in all these things. I have many clients. I have clients that don't come to me anymore because they won't do the work that I've asked them to do. They won't release. They won't let go. But they live with pain. They live with physical pain. They live with physical hurt that comes from an emotional place, that comes from an emotional state of darkness, an emotional state that has nothing to do with well-being. When will they let go and start to let the soft tissue between the joints breathe again? And stop holding on to those things that are not theirs to hold on. Rumi says, my hands are for picking up and letting go. They're not for holding on. Rumi did not have a kung fu grip. Rumi did not have a kung fu grip. And why do you? Why do you hold on to the things? And my name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and this is the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. Living with ghosts. Do you live with ghosts? And when will you start to live in your light? When will you let go of the usage of probiotics to clear your fifth chakra, to clear your gut, to clear all those things out? And they're a metaphor. Taking a probiotic is a metaphor for what's necessary and what needs to be done to have a good life and to live in the light, to reflect the light that one has in the water, in the ocean when they fly over. I have seen my light. I have seen the light. I am the light. When will you become the light in your life and the light in the lives of the others around you? I would never at one time in my life talk about myself in this way. And there's probably people out there that think I may be a little weird, a little goofy for talking this way. But guess what? I know that there are those who understand exactly what I'm talking about, those who have come into their life, those who have come into their being, those who have come into the right here, right now, the place that they have always meant to be. They were always meant to be not living in a stuck voice, not living in a stuck mind, not living in a stuck broken connection to the universe. not living with broken roots, not living with broken connections to others, a hope, and a diminished fire. A diminished fire burns nothing. A diminished fire, though, can be revived by the stoking of and the giving of energy and oxygen energy, air to respark and restart and rekindle and reflame. Do you want to be reflamed? Do you want to be rekindled? Do you want your fire to be restarted? My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Pro, and I can help you to do just that. Reach out to me at area code 818-442-1717 is my office number. And my email address is anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com. My website is sacreddrum24.weebly.com. And you can go onto my website and read information on how I can help you and find out exactly what it is that I do. If you need sage for clearing of your energies and the clearing of your house and the clearing of the energies negative and unwanted around you, feel free to make that request over on the phone, and we can make arrangements to get you that sage. The sage bundles that I have are $15. That includes shipping and handling. So you will get that, and we can mail that out to you, and you will have that for yourself as well. So, and there again, the sage is about clearing of the ghosts, clearing of those energies that are unwanted, unneeded, unnecessary. And do you really want to clear those ghosts out, or do you like to live with ghosts? You know, do you like to live in the haunted mansion and have an e-ticket to write over and over and over and over and over in your head? There's no joy in Mudville when you live that way. There's no joy, when you strike out over and over again, you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being you. Because what happens when you get sick and tired of being you is the people around you get sick and tired of you being you. And they won't say anything, but you'll know by the way they respond to you, when they answer you. So 713-955-0332 is a call-in number. Push 1 to get on listen mode, and we can move forward with answering questions, getting you a healing, and being present with you right here, right now. Where are your feet? Are you listening from your office? Are you listening from your desk while you work? Are you seated? Are you rooted and fruited? You know, tonight also, I should mention that Miscellaneous Men in Self-Care will be meeting at 236 West Mountain, Pasadena, in Suite 115. And Men in Self-Care is a bilingual group of a sacred circle of men who sit and we share about things that are happening in our lives. And we help men come into their voice so they can go home and be able to speak to their partners and their spouses and the people in their lives in a good way, in a manifested way, in a caring way, in an understanding way, without fear of reprisal, without fear of judgment, without fear of shame. This is our goal. The same goal that I have for myself on a daily basis is a goal that I want to give and have for others with regard to Miscellaneous Men in Self-Care. So, suck my toe to Mexico. So the living of life with ghosts in the closet, living of life with ghosts out of the closet. You know, are those things from your past so important? And are you so needy that you need to carry them into your future and constantly carry them into your future and constantly carry them into a conversation and constantly carry them into your marriage, constantly raise your children with that garbage, you know, because they are not ignorant and they're not stupid. They're like magnets, and they pick up all that stuff as well. And you will energetically give those things to your children and those around you. And do you really want to do that? No. Do you really want to do that? You don't have to. You don't have to. And one of the shortcut ways to moving forward and doing something different is, come to one of my events, come to one of my workshops, come to one of my drumming, my journeys. Come to the Chakra workshop. Come to the men's group. Call my phone number and make an appointment. and come to see me and allow me to clear the energies from your body, align your chakras, or clear your chakras, clear and clean the subtle energies of that body, of the subtle body. And so start to move forward in a new way, in a good way, in a clean way, without the story. And allow yourself to receive, like I allowed myself to receive for the first time in a lifetime. You know, my path is not long. My path is short. My awakening was really all that long ago. And but what matters, though, more than anything, at the time of my awakening was that I was awakened, that it happened, that I began to open my eyes, that I began to open my heart, that I began to open my soul to a new way of living, a new way of being, a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling more than thinking. I opened myself up to a new way of feeling, and feeling the things that I wasn't able to feel for a lifetime or lifetimes or eons. Because I will continue to come back to this to learn the lessons until I learn the lessons. And I know that some of the lessons that I won't have to redo again is the mommy issue, the issue of connection with my mother, because that has been repaired. And the issue of my ism, my alcoholism, and the giving myself spirit in, spirit out. And that issue has been resolved 25, 26 years ago. And I'm grateful, and I'm blessed, and I'm honored to be able to stand here before you and say that. And there's some people who would say, but it's an anonymous program. Yes, it's anonymous for everybody, but mine is not an anonymous program. Mine is one that's been a gift. Mine is wrapped in a ribbon with a little gift card on it that says, this gift is for you if you want it. I'm willing to give it to you. I'm willing to share this with you. It was shared with me for free and for fun. How can I help you? What can I do for you? What can I be for you? A whole me lucky effort. A whole me lucky effort. A whole. And by these things I'm moved. By these things I'm changed. By these things I'm transformed. By these things I'm alchemized, and I'm shapeshifted into another way of being, into another way of loving, into another way of living. If you're caring about others, what can I do for you? Such simple words. When will you stop doing only for yourself and thinking only selfishly of yourself, and start to think about those around you who you affect in a negative or an adverse way? Did you hear what I said? When will you stop thinking of only you and start to care and stop behaving in a negative or an adverse way with regards to the people around you? When will you give something more than what you've been giving? And do you want to? Do you see you? Are you able to look in your mirror and see yourself when you brush your teeth, or you shave in the morning, or you wash your face? Who's standing there staring back at you? And can you face that person? Can you face that person? Have you been able to face that person? Or do you avoid them at all costs by drinking alcohol, or smoking pot, or shooting dope, or eating food, or hoarding, or buying stuff and hoarding? You know, how do you build that fence, that wall around you that you're building for a lifetime since you were a child? How will you reverse that process and start to knock down that wall? The wall that comes between you and me, and you and God, and you and you. Ghosts of the past. There's a song, there's a album actually by David Byrne and Brian Eno called Bush of Ghosts. And then there's a song by, or I think an album, Ghosts of the Machine, by the Police. Those are ironic, and those are, I think, for me, meaningful. Even if the songs aren't about what I think they are, the meaning of them rings and resounds very strongly for me, because I understand about the show Ghosts. I understand about ghosts in the machine. I was the machine. I was filled with ghosts, the ghosts of the past, the ghosts of the things I would not let go. The things that I carried for a lifetime or lifetimes are I no longer carry. I am no longer the machine. I am no longer of the thinking of my being. I am now in the feeling of my being, the presence of my being. the heart of Aho. 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 I'm going to ask that everybody do an exercise. I'm going to ask that everybody sit up, put the feet on the floor. I'm going to ask that you close your eyes and ask that you put your hands on your thighs. I'm going to ask that you would take the time to take a deep breath in through your lungs, past your lungs, down into your third chakra, down into the sternum area of your body, into a place of the fire, and give yourself oxygen. Allow yourself to oxygenate that fire. Take a breath now and do it. Inward, stoking that fire. And exhale, watching that fire grow. Close your eyes. Take another breath and stoke that fire. Watching that fire grow, get bigger. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Oxygenating that fire and watching that fire grow, allowing that fire to boil that water in the second chakra, just below it, in the connection to self. Allowing that fire to boil that water, allowing that water to boil over and spill over into the root. And allowing that root to be watered and nurtured by that hot water, and allowing that root to grow and create more of a foundation, a deeper rooted system, and allowing that esteem, that holy vapor to move from the sacrum, the hot glowing water of the sacrum, upward, esteem into the place of the heart, and warming that heart and clearing the voice and the throat of the fifth chakra and the expression, allowing you to come out of your blocked third eye and into the knowing of who and what you are by speaking the hurts and the wound and the bondages and the baggages that you have held for a lifetime, and let those go right here, right now. And take another breath and stoke that fire and allow your esteem to grow as you connect to Great Spirit, universe, God, wherever that is, through your crown chakra. It's that simple, folks. It's not brain surgery, but it is clearing. And we are able to, in a very wise and safe way. You can use sage, you can use breath, you can use the drum, you can use the bowl. But you can clear yourself of those negative energies and the ghosts of the past if you are so willing to do just that. Aho. Aho. I have been willing to step into the future in a scary way. Right now, I am flying without a net and a safety net. And it's a scary time for me, but it's an exciting time because I don't know what the future is going to bring. And I don't know how it's going to bring, and I'm excited to see what's just around every corner, every time I make a decision, every time I book an event, every time a new client comes to see me. I just never know what's just around the corner. But I do know one thing about what's just around the corner. I know that it's going to be pure goodness. Even if it's slathered in a little hardship. Sometimes that's the case. Sometimes hardship has to be part of the process. So even if it's slathered in a little hardship, I know there's going to be something good, and something joyful, something giving in that place. And it's going to be something that I'm going to be able to share. It's going to be an experience that I'll be able to share with those who aren't able to have their own experiences or don't know what the experience looks like. Do you have people in your life that love you? Do you have people in your life that you love and that you would do just about anything for? Would you do just about anything for yourself? You can't give away what you haven't got. You just can't give it away. One more time, I want to talk about the presence of being in your presence. The presence of being the present. Not being in the present, but being the present. You are the present. You are the gift. If you are right here, right now, and you are letting go of the ghosts of the past, and you are letting go of those things that no longer serve you, those things that were ball and chain, that kept you chained and bound to a life that was not working for you? You know, are you willing to let go? Are you willing to step into your future? Are you willing to be right here, right now, without the bondage and the binding of those chains and those balls and chains? Oh. 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 You're listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. I'm your host, Anthony Rodriguez Walking Crow. And I want to thank you for coming today, for listening, and for understanding that maybe today I'm not feeling so great. I'm not feeling so hot. Sometimes that happens. It happens in all our lives, you know. But I'm willing to show up and be consistent and be with you because this is what I do. This is how I move forward. I have become consistent and dependable in the things in my life for others because there are others who need me to show up, if only to be the example of showing up. Sometimes that's it in a nutshell. Sometimes there's nothing more. It's just about showing up and being consistent. And how do you become consistent? You become consistent by just showing up again and again and time after time after time after time. Oh. So opening the door and letting the ghost out of the closet. Opening the door and letting the ghost out of the past. Opening your mouth and letting the ghost out of your soul, your darkest night. That's doing the shadow work that's necessary. The shadow work is necessary. Of fighting those demons and stepping into the spirit warrior of who you are, and who you were always meant to be, the spirit warrior. Standing in your buckskin pants and with your chest in the air and your bow and your spear in the air, and proclaiming who you are, proclaiming your name, proclaiming your freedom. Freedom is not having to prove anything to anybody. It was told to me 25 years ago, and I heard that, and I understood it, and I understand it to this day. I am the spirit warrior of the most magnificent kind. I am a spirit warrior that flies as walking crow over the ocean and is reflected as the sun in the glimmering light that I am, the golden light that I am. I am that spirit warrior. I am that walking crow. I live in that freedom. I don't have to explain anything to anybody because I have been given a sense of freedom. I have recovered. I have transformed from the seemingly hopeless state of mind and body, and so can you, and so will you, and so should you. I want to thank everybody who's listening today, and I want to again thank my producer, Reverend Tiffany White Sagewoman, for allowing me to channel on her channel, Goldilocks Production. And remind you that you're listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with myself, your host, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. And I want to invite you to let go of those ghosts, let go of the past, let go of the darkness, and step into the light that is you. Step into your feet, step into your presence, step into the right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now. Once again, I want to thank you. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and you've been listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. I bid you a happy Tuesday, and until next Tuesday, aho.
Right now, save 50% off everything at Gap Factory and 50 to 70% off everything at Banana Republic Factory. That's right, 50% off or more on everything in stores and online. Save with teas starting at $6.99 and 40% off clearance at Gap Factory stores. And at Banana Republic Factory stores, fabulous tops start at $9.99 and 50% off clearance. Hurry! Search our store locator for your nearest Gap Factory and Banana Republic Factory store or shop us online. Right now, save 50% off everything at Gap Factory and 50 to 70% off everything at Banana Republic Factory. That's right, 50% off or more on everything in stores and online. Save with teas starting at $6.99 and 40% off clearance at Gap Factory stores. And at Banana Republic Factory stores, fabulous tops start at $9.99 and 50% off clearance. Hurry! Search our store locator for your nearest Gap Factory and Banana Republic Factory store or shop us online.